Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to part 3, the aftermath. So, we pretty much got into a war with them on Red Dead Redemption 2. Uh, they were really upset about my videos, of course, so they decided to start something. Pretty much they opened their mouths and just wanted to just fight on our yard just because of the videos I made, mainly. And it's all mainly about the entire situation and drama that's been going on. And I did reach out and say, hey, if you guys want to try talking about it or settling it, that's fine. But of course, they wanted to just fight on Red Dead Redemption 2. So I pretty much obliged and was like, okay, you know, after I eat and everything, after I got home from work, getting me something to eat and everything. And then pretty much afterwards, it was just like, at the end of the day, it's a video game. I didn't care much at all, but apparently they did enough to try talking shite. I looked at my phone and they were just like saying, oh, you brought in outsiders and stuff like that. It's like, well, you guys pretty much are going to be outnumbering us anyway because, you know, that's pretty much how y'all are. Fight one, fight all, right? So why not have allies? So for me, it was much of like afterwards, after I recorded some of the war on my video, it's on my channel. There was a couple of comments on there, which of course, Miss Panda tried to comment, Primo Scorpio, saying something. And, so, 44 views on it, okay? Or 38, I would say. So, let me go to the comments here. Okay. So, pretty much, of course, after the whole thing, I just deleted, you know, Panda's comment because it's just like, it's whatever. And then, Baby Doll said, wow, jealousy is an ugly thing. Which, what is jealous? What point is jealous? But I said I would have said something, but I'm more mature than that. And I just decided to say, fuck it, I might as well just say it because it's just like, it's not gonna get over with anyway. Uh, I'll just say it, like you broke up with your ex because you agreed to the two women dating one guy because you, quote unquote, wanted him happy, end quote, and then talk shit about his girlfriend's weight like you have any room to talk, grow up. She responds, I broke up with him because he was a piece of shit human being who couldn't appreciate what he had, and I didn't agree. I was guilt-tripped into it. Weren't you the one that stated she was a Shrek wannabe? I said, since when did I ever make a Shrek reference? Other than somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. That's pretty much it. And I said, like, seriously, you're a hypocrite by saying he chose this over this, implying you want everything about you. If you don't get what you want, you throw a hissy fit. You were, quote-unquote, guilt-tripped whenever he gave you an opportunity to say no. Which, of course, she says, there was no choice. It would make me so happy. But, hey, you know, but that ain't really guilt-tripping. It's more of the fact that, I mean, it could make you happy. You know, that's what he was implying. Is like, I mean, it could make you happy, but you still have a choice to say no. And of course, he chose to. Of course, you just chose to say yes. You still had a choice, whether or not. And it says, but hey, you can believe his lies all you want. It's kind of funny. Go ahead and believe his lies and all that. I know now he lied about everything in our 4 months we were together. So have a nice life. I'm going to go and have a good life with my man and my family. I said, okay, for one, he was happy with you, but whenever you started making yourself an attention seeker, that's whenever he started drifting from you. You said you've been working on it, but always wind up back at square one, and you didn't say anything about my other comment about your traded this for this. By the way, how about actually talking about Queen to her face instead of talking behind her back? And then she responds, pretty much 2 hours ago, I could give a shit less about her. I moved on. It's y'all that keep in the past in the present. By the way, he wasn't happy. If he was happy, he wouldn't have done most of the shit he pulled to get that shit straight. Well, what he did was try to make Queen happy as well as you. So it's kind of retrospective. You know, it's kind of funny that you're making it all about you in every single comment you make. Of course, I didn't respond to it because it's just like, I'm over it. It's whatever. And of course, the whole aftermath, of course, I get a message from Gunner, Big Gunner. So he says, oh, sorry. Hey dude, how come y'all think y'all won when y'all broke several rules and also had to bring in exploiters, appearing off the radar, not to mention the person that took 3 TNT arrows from Merc and it didn't kill that person. I saw it right in front of me. All that did was shoot them straight into the sky. Well, it's called Peppermint. Which, of course, I will show y'all as well. This is what he's talking about. Can I find it? Oh, there it is. So, it's Minty Big Game, and then level 3 tonics. That's pretty much what this is. Okay, so just to kind of clarify what that means. So this pretty much gives you a big upgrade. You can actually take more bullets. You pretty much become a tank. It'll take so many bullets for you to die. Which, of course, I tested it, recorded it, but it didn't upload to my channel, sadly. Don't know why. And so right in front of me, all that did was shoot Mr. Kai. Nothing on this game makes you survive 3 TNT arrows and survive. Except for that. I'm sorry, but y'all didn't win that fight since y'all had broken the many rules in the first several minutes, which, I mean, y'all pretty much did too, considering the fact y'all had to use dynamite arrows and pretty much broke your own bylaw saying don't use TNT arrows or explosive rounds unless they're used on you. It's kind of true. It was the same with you, Gunner. I don't cheat or exploit. I said, then why is Apollo trying to use... you should know that about me since we rode together. I don't stoop that low, dude. I said, then why is Apollo trying to use law as leverage? But she tried to, sue me, pretty much, because I wanted to ask straight out the question just to kind of see if it was true or not. Like, ask her, like, is it true you have these or not? And just to kind of, test her knowledge of what pretty much happens when you get into the doctor's office and stuff like that, just where I can know, because, of course, a buddy of mine suffers from it, so, of course, that would kind of just show, okay, so it's pretty much true. Not once did I say anything that was malicious intent, because she's saying that, apparently I was using malicious intent, and pretty much had leverage. I'm like, no, there was nothing involved in that. I'm saying my own opinion and pretty much trying to get both sides Um, I only use my First Amendment right to post a video talking about the entire situation, which is true. If you want to know this answer is because we truly don't want to have anything to do with you, and you guys really do keep coming back, and maybe you wasn't trying to use it for personal gain or whatever, but she had the right not to give you proof, which proof isn't like saying like take a picture or record a video of you having it or anything like that, like no. For personal gain, but she has the right to know not to give you proof. It is actually a big and bad thing to keep asking people for that info. I wasn't harassing or anything like that. I tried to contact other people to see if I can get into contact with her so we talk about it. And of course she didn't respond until then, and it's like, okay, she didn't want to talk about it? Fine. But of course, Demise, when I asked her, she just kept trying to make up, make up everything, and it's like what the fuck? It's like, I just want to know the straight up answer. And she says I witnessed her have one, and it's just like, well, can she tell me that herself? You know what I mean? She can at least tell me if she wants to talk about it or she doesn't. Because, again, don't know if it's real or fake. There are laws that will put you in deep water for the law, but for what? Making a YouTube video of trying to discuss the situation at hand? Wording may be different, but you asking that is still against the law in court, because the way you prove just trying to get some points here. The only way to prove it is getting the paperwork, which is not true. They can actually talk about the knowledge of what they know, what happens when you get tested for it, which is, of course, what the brain cells are, EEG. So, you can at least talk about that. Judge would have you in the wrong, which, for what? For stuff, for asking a simple question online, because, I'm actually curious and trying to figure out the truth, considering the fact that people are throwing allegations against her, and she's throwing, saying that the other people, the allegationators, however you want to word it, pretty much people who are throwing the allegations at her are she's pretty much saying that they are lying, and it's like, but who can we believe? Which is why it's like I'd rather do like an interview, or try to discuss it to where it's like, okay, cool, so we're okay. No malicious intent or anything like that. She could have just easily declined it. Okay, cool. I know you don't know this, but I have an aunt as a lawyer. I've actually talked to her about this whole situation, and y'all can actually be held in court accountable. Which is kind of false, considering the fact I didn't really do anything wrong other than just ask a simple question that she could have easily declined and messaged me about it, say, hey, I don't feel comfortable talking about it, can we just leave it be? Okay, cool. But instead, they just want to talk shit and talk trash, and it's just like, I'm just trying to figure out the truth. Okay, because I'm not wanting to ask paperwork, which is worse. Which, asking for paperwork, yes, it is a lot worse and can actually put you in court, but I never asked for paperwork or any, solid proof, like that, like take a picture or anything like that. It's just more of a question if it was real or not. Yes, but due to your not understanding, even asking that question, that's enough for the court system to throw the shot onto y'all. Which is also false. Because, again, I'm just talking about the entire situation. Don't know how I could get sued for it, but okay. So asking for proof is a crime. Which, of course, asking for proof, as in proof, I mean just pretty much trying to have knowledge. Which, of course, employees actually kind of, in a way, do this, which is, it's illegal to ask for proof of disability and even though it is a 2010 law, it is section 60 and 1. The Equality Act of 2010 states that an employer must not ask about the health of the applicant. However, under S60 number 3, asking health-related questions does not contravene the law on disability discrimination. It is the employer's reliance on the answers provided that may be a contravention, which is true. And of course he's like, that's 2010, that law is out of date. And of course I put more screenshots saying generally it is illegal for healthcare providers to reveal a person's medical condition, but it is not illegal for others to do so. So pretty much the healthcare providers cannot disclose anything, but it is not illegal for others to pretty much show the medical intention. But of course, I posted this one, which I have a screenshot of. I will actually read it. Disability discrimination occurs when an employer or either entity covered by the Americans with Disabilities Act as amended or the Rehabilitation Act as amended treats a qualified individual who is an employee or applicant unfavorably because he or she has a disability. Disability discrimination also occurs when a covered employer or other entity treats an applicant or employee less favorably because he or she has a history of disability. Alright, such as a past major depressive episode. Depression, yeah. Or because he or she is believed to have a physical or mental impairment that is not transitory? Transitory? I don't know how you pronounce that. Transitory, lasting, or expected to last 6 months or less. And minor, even if he or she does not have such an impairment. The law requires the employer to provide reasonable accommodation to an employee or job applicant with a disability, which, of course, I'm not discriminating the disability. But basically what I'm trying to say is, I'm not discriminating the disability that she could or could not have. It's just more the fact I'm trying to ask outright, like, hey, like, is it true or not? Because, we want the truth, just to where it could just be like, okay, cool. Okay, the law requires an employer to provide reasonable accommodation to an employee or job applicant with a disability unless doing so would cause significant difficulty or expense for the employer. The law also protects people from discrimination based on their relationship with a person with a disability, which of course, Money has autism, which I'm not making fun of him or anything like that he has. It's understandable that, some people do have that, and I do understand it. Disability, even if they do not themselves have a disability. For example, it is illegal to discriminate against an employee because her husband has a disability. Okay? Note, federal employees and applicants are covered by the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, which is still in use today. Instead of the Americans with Disabilities Act, the protections are the same. Which is true. It is, and I pretty much stated to Gunner, it's not illegal to ask, but she could have stated she's not comfortable with showing or saying anything about the disability she has. I only asked once towards Demise, saying if she could get me in contact, I could ask straight up. If she doesn't want to say, cool, understanding. But y'all didn't do anything peacefully at all except talk shit when I showed peace, and no malicious intent or no personal gain, but me posting a video stating my opinion of the entire situation isn't illegal whatsoever. Which is true. Of course, he says, gotta go, spend time with my girl, but I said, that's the last thing that day. All I said was, also, the 3 Dynamite issue, she had a tank build, that's all I'll say, and used Minty Big Game, meat, and level 3 tonics, which I recorded to show you. but for some reason it didn't upload to my channel, so it was kind of off. But that's pretty much where that kind of day ended, and of course Gunner posted a video and all that stuff, and it's just like, it's whatever, I don't care. It's a video game at the end of the day, who cares? Well, okay then. Other than that, this is pretty much what I said to him, which I will show because he pretty much wanted to send it. So, opening up Discord again, I said, I can honestly care less, dude. It's a video game. I have nothing against you or anyone, but it's y'all's group that keeps giving me the content I post. I don't really have anything, and this is what he says, I don't really have anything against you. I just like to prove people wrong, and I love being right, as you know, as you used to know me, filthy. But don't you call me filthy cheater just cause I whooped y'all's ass. Y'all are decent in RDR, ain't better than me, and just cause y'all ain't don't mean I'm cheating. And also stop saying that it's just a game, dude. Everyone has a game they care so much about and put your heart into. Y'all's are GTA, so don't give me that it's just a game speech. I don't really care for GTA, is what he says. Which of course I'm gonna respond. I said, I don't mind if you post this content from my vid. It'll just prove even more that I wasn't cheating when y'all's was crying. Was really upset, or it's just like, it's whatever. That I was when y'all openly admitted y'all was on your stream. Which I don't really care about Grand Theft Auto. It is a game at the end of the day. You know, either way, it's like, I don't care. You know, but, I mean, if they want to keep opening their mouths and actually sending me the content that I am actually currently creating, then that's just on them. But, as of right now, this is considered the aftermath, and pretty much, I hope this kind of discloses it, because it's just like, if they just want to keep making more content for me, then by all means, I am down to actually have the more content. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.